Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium in Auburn, Alabama. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. It's the Clemson Tigers and the Auburn Tigers. Reese Davis, David Collins, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Thank you, guys. I have checked in with the Tigers head coach here pregame. He is so pleased with the way this quarterback is playing. As you know, he was a transfer coming in, and they didn't know what they were getting exactly. But he has become one of the leaders of this team. He has proven that he can carry them. If he keeps playing like this, the sky's the limit. I'll keep you posted on how he's settling in here early to start this game. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The run inside. It's Cobb. At the 35, he's loose. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They'll give it to him again. Could be an alley. Pass to 10. Touchdown, Auburn! This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. At the 40, there he goes. Just what they needed. Huge explosive play as he takes it to the 33. Clemson is quick to the line.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver that can do that. That can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
Looking downfield on first down. Finds his man. It's Moore.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The Tigers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these first downs any way you can. And sometimes it's not going to be easy, and you can't just do it conventionally handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football is a game of inches, and you've just got to find the angles to give yourself an advantage. That creative play call right there really helped them out.
And the Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. They just keep firing. A shot toward the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. They get to him as he throws. So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
Well, they caught the defense off guard with that play right there. Here they are in field goal range, it's third and short. You know, the odds say it's going to be a run. Instead, they throw it. They get a big play now setting up first and goal.
Now on first and goal as they try to answer that opener with a touchdown of their own. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's second and goal.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Quarterback keeper. And this defense is defending its goal line. Back-to-back stops right in the shadow of their own goalpost. After getting stuffed, what do they have for an answer here on third and goal from the 2? Just going to keep it after the snap. He'll be stopped short. It'll be fourth down, and let's see what the decision is here.
Decision time right here. I like going for it. You're playing on the road. You have an opportunity to take the crowd out of it a little bit here. Why not just line up quickly and just try to run the ball?
Yeah, stay aggressive. I mean, you want to shut these people up. You want to quiet them down, but field goals don't do that very often. Try to go for the touchdown right here.
And the offense doesn't bat an eye. They'll stay on the field and try to score from the 1 on fourth down. A designed run for the quarterback. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Clemson!
I think most coaches on fourth and goal from the 1-yard line nowadays, they're going for it. And I like this offense because if I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win. They're physical, lower their pads, and they get the big fourth down conversion.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. He now has 84 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
The Tigers come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Punts it out of the air. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one after their own 37.
Hey, man, that's unbelievable. That is a really good job of seeing the blitz right away and getting rid of the football. Like, that is quarterback 101. Understand they're blitzing, they're coming, see it, take advantage of it, get the completion, and move the sticks.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Brown will throw it. He'll take a deep shot here. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
Entering settings screen, you have 30 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
So now it's 2nd and long. Running inside, it's Cobb. They'll give him 3 yards on the play. It's 3rd and 7.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it downfield. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. He's got great speed. You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. This should be the last play of the quarter. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
To the air on second down. Firing toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
And you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
Leaves it with the running back. Oh, what a caught! Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8.
That's an interesting play call there, because I think with the 3rd and long situation, a lot of people probably thought they were going to throw it. Instead, they hand it off, and great job by the offensive line. And after that run, now they're set up in 1st and goal.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Big guy smells it. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
Dropping back, it's Denson. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Timeout is called. Make sure everybody's on the same page. Play clock was down to 4. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. And as they come to the line of scrimmage, they're passing on the field goal. But look, worst case scenario, you don't get it here, they're backed up in their own end. Finds him out of the backfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And he tacks on the extra point. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. The Tigers are in the hurry up.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Singleton. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on it.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It is changed.
Can't make the connection in the defense, putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Now staring at a third down. They'll move the wide receiver. Clemson calls its second timeout. They're down to one timeout left in the half. And after that incompletion, they are left with a third down. They want a little extra time to think over this third and long as we've got a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. And that last incompletion leaves this offense facing a third down. Wide receiver comes in motion. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Looking to throw on first down. Moves away as he feels pressure. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Caught behind the line. It's Davidson. Spins away from the defense. Makes the grab in their space. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. They got the explosive play now to finish the deal. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Floats it out in space. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon, and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll give it to Johnson. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Gives it on the option. Breaks into the open. Makes it past the marker. He now has 106 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Brown wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Singleton. Right down the gut of the field. He is it! Touchdown, Tigers!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. The handoff to Johnson. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Steps away to find some room. He's got him. Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play. Auburn calls it 2nd of 3 timeouts. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on 3rd down. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. Third down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. This 3rd down a little longer after that penalty. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He'll pull it down and run. Excellent pursuit by this defense as he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Final timeout called by the Tigers. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Cobb. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
Now the Tigers will spend their third and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Throws toward the end zone. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Quick step and go. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Calls his own number. There's a crease. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
This offense looks like they're in a rhythm. Whatever they've been dialing up here in the first half, they've had a lot of success with. You saw it on that last drive here at the end of the second quarter. Scoring a touchdown, they're going to be difficult to stop in the second half, and the defense needs to start making adjustments.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. These two-point conversions are tricky enough. You don't want to add to the degree of difficulty by backing up 5. And perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Man, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. We begin with a look at North Carolina taking on the number 18 team, the Indiana Hoosiers. And it's the Tar Heels with a double-digit lead. You can't count out the opposition, but I'd say the defense looks awfully stout so far. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the ACC.
Clemson comes down its offense ready to go on the attack. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on third down.
Man, that's a big stop on this first drive. That's got to energize this defense. They didn't have a great first half. Let's just call it what it is. They could have done a lot better. But to come out, make some adjustments, get a stop on this first possession, that's a good sign for this defense.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
He did a really good job on third down, knowing where the sticks were, making sure he got past it. Listen, quarterbacks can get hit near the goal line punching in. On third down, those are those situations where it's okay to put the quarterback's body on the line.
Got it in the middle. It's Cobb. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. Auburn going to work with another first down. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Stepping to the right. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Rides the back and leaves it. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily and, more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs closer to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's fourth down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here.
Big man has it. It's a first down and more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. Brown will throw it. Pocket breaking down. Touchdown, Tigers. Quick strike through the air for the score.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field where the windows close so quickly, you have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. That lead has been sliced to 7, and now they'll try to put something together here. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you could turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They'll give it to Johnson. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
Great play by the defense there, getting a tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Here's a heat. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Clemson will send the punt team out. And it'll be down right there. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Creates a little room. Picks up the first down. Nothing but green grass down the middle. At the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Tigers. That is his 3rd score of the game, and now 14 on the season.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the grab. It's Moore. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The handoff to Johnson. They drag him down, but not before he picks up a Clemson first down.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. This time he wants to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Johnson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the fourth, all tied up. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. The run inside. It's Johnson. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. Now on the move. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
I'm not a huge analytics guy, but on 4th and 1, if you're going to get pushed like that from your O-line, I say go for it every time.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Makes it past the marker. Might have a chance. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
To the air on 1st down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Johnson. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's got it on the run. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable 3rd down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
3rd and long, and they'll need to get it close to the goal line to convert. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
And he got it! They take the lead here in the 4th.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So here comes the Auburn offense. After giving up that field goal, they find themselves trailing and trying to do something about it on this drive. Making side adjustments here. On the ground, it's Cobb. Turning it on! Brought It's set up at the 27.
This guy's been so much fun to watch all year long. Every single week, he's making defenders look silly trying to tackle him. With that last play, now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
And that one is why offenses are hungry for big, big plays. They've got it 1st and 10, threatening inside the 30. Using his feet to buy time. He'll get rid of it. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? Touchdown, Tigers! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the 4th quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. Well, they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Wesco open on the right side. He's got it. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to Johnson. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. They're going to test the right side with this one. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
I just don't like the play call, guys. 2 straight runs, and you're just wasting clock. At this juncture of the game, you need to score. And you got to score quickly. Running the ball is not going to get it done.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. Here in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football, and they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best, and that time they were able to force an incompletion.
Time is their enemy. It's running out on them. Down 4, they'll go for it on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. He's taking a deep shot. Makes a catch, 1st down, and maybe a lot more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the 1st down. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the 4th quarter, that ramps up the pressure. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Auburn calls it 2nd of 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Timeout called by Clemson. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They'll try to pound their way in. Touchdown, Tigers! They've got the lead here in the 4th. The Tigers are back on top.
Really good execution by this offense. Late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up. It's what you dream about. But now, my defense has to go on the field and get me one more stop.
And they did tack on the extra point. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Offense changing the play. Brown wants to pass. Got his man. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Wide open downfield. And wisely gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've gotten the 1st down. Now in plus territory and a chance to save themselves.
Come on, defense. What are we doing? I mean, you can't miss this guy. He's like literally the biggest dude on the field. That time, completely wide open. That's way too easy for the offense. He caught the football. There was nobody even near him. Someone on defense has to locate this guy. They've got to communicate to each other if they're passing off in coverage. You can't let that guy be that wide open.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Clemson calls its second timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He'll try it again. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Brown will throw it. Under fire. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Gotta have it here on 4th down. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And obviously that wasn't a great play for this offense, but the defense did their job. They flushed him outside the pocket. But nothing worse than getting tackling in bounds or throwing it for a 4-yard gain, letting that clock tick. Nice job throwing it away, saving as much time as you can.
This game will come down to this, a field goal try to save them. And with 2 seconds left, their last chance to send it to overtime. And it's good! And after the 3-spot guys, we're all tied up. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, in the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another 1st down. Hit as he throws. Hauls it in. Touchdown Auburn. And they score first here in overtime. How about this Tiger quarterback etching his name alongside the greats and maybe wearing out Aubie with extra push-ups after all these points?
And you just think about those guys having those kind of days as Nick Marshall, Cam Newton, just superstars at the position. That's what kind of day he's having so far.
They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. He'll take it himself. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking for space. It's Davidson. Here's a little room there. What a run. Takes it all the way down to the 11-yard line before he's forced out.
defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Using his feet. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. And the Tigers will hustle to the line. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. Third down, and they need a touchdown to stay in the game. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a first down. This defense backed up, goal to go, and the crowd's giving them some juice. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be second and goal. Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. This is a designed run. No running room at all, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's third and goal.
And a running game can be really hard to stop when you got so many guys that can do some damage, and this defense is taking some licks. This QB's made him look silly a couple of times, but they're starting to adjust. Gotta like that play right there, getting to him and getting him on the ground.
Third and goal, and they have to get it in the end zone here to have a chance. This quarterback part of their running game. Touchdown, Clemson! They got the score now to see if they go for the win or the tie.
First off, really impressed by how physical this guy is still running the ball this late in the game. And now it's decision time. You want to play it safe, kick the extra point, or are you feeling aggressive to go for 2 points?
And I think this is all about how you feel about your defense and how you feel about this game extending. Do I have a chance? Do I have better players? Am I more fatigued? Like, all this has to come into account because you got a chance right now with one play to win this football game.
Makes a catch. They didn't make it. Pushed all the chips to the middle of the table for the 2-point try, and they get nothing. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Palmer, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.